Add me to stream. There we go. That's a lot better. So we'll check if notifications have gone out. Welcome to the stream. Isn't it moronic, don't you think? It's Like Rain. It made me think of the Alanis Morissette song. I think it's called It's Like Rain. The age we're in right now? Yeah, I am. Excellent. So maybe some notifications went out. I didn't get one, but maybe you did. So isn't it moronic? What do you think? I think it is. We're into the age of the moron. I like the verse sung much better than spoken by Alanis Morissette. I don't know if you guys have heard the song before. Let's check out what it's actually called. Hi, Crystal Shaman. Bunch of morons, right, Crystal? Let's see. I think it's called It's Like Rain. Lyrics on. Okay. There it is. There's the lyrics. Now, YouTube is automatically censoring me. I got an interesting email that they auto-censored me. I've never been auto-censored. Go back here. How are you doing, Crystal Shaman? Good to see you. Hey, Dean Hill. Yeah, the titles often don't have much to do with the show. It's a general talk show, so we can talk about just about anything you want, as long as we keep using code words for certain things and keep it copacetic, nothing over the top. And it's a song about irony that talks about things that aren't ironic. Yeah. Hi, Deborah. Now let's. I wanted to see. We'll see what happens. I will attempt to play the song so we can learn from it. This is a learning experience. We're not making money from it. So let's see if it'll allow me to play the song for you guys, and we can have a listen. YouTube was auto-censoring me before. We'll see if they do it again. And they made one of my videos unavailable to those under the age of 18. Can you guys hear that okay? Or have you been censored right out?
An old man turned 98. He won the lottery, died the next day.
Now that's kind of ironic.
It's a black fly.
More sad.
Chardonnay. It's a death row pardon. 2 minutes
Poor
too
fly.
late. Isn't it ironic?
See my last question?
Don't you
Let's
think?
see.
It's like rain.
That is true. That is absolutely true, Crystal Shaman.
When you've already paid, it's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought with figures? Used to play it safe, was afraid to fly.
So I don't know. Some of it's ironic. Some of it's kind of sad. Most of it's just sad, really.
He waited his whole damn life to take that flight. And as the plane crashed down, he thought, well, isn't this nice? And isn't
That's
it
right.
ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain on your wedding day.
So I haven't really seen too much irony.
On your already paid, good advice.
You know, I haven't heard on Duck. He takes breaks every once in a while. I could check in,
Jam,
see how he's doing.
when you're already late. A no smoking sign on your cigarette break. It's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. It's meeting the man of my dreams and then meeting his beautiful wife.
You're talking about the shopping store in New Brunswick. I think it is.
Don't you think?
That is true, Crystal Shaman, as far as I know.
Ironic. And yeah, I really do think
They are refusing you without the passport. I've had enough of this. Let's stop this. There we go. Not that interesting. Didn't hear that much in it. Do you want to go up, Chloe? Come here. Up you go. There. No, I haven't heard anything on Duck, but I'm sure he's fine. He probably would have made a lot more noise if anything happened to him. At least you would hope. And yes, Crystal Shaman, I heard as well that the that the grocery store thing has happened. It's not in my province as of yet. And I believe that's just the, I don't believe that that's the government doing it. I believe it's the store itself choosing. X2, yeah. Grab a back pillow. Yeah, are we going to have Nuremberg 2.0? I don't know. Be a nice thing. So if anyone, again, this is a invite show. If I know you well enough, you can come on up and have a chat. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, as I do the free Saturday chats and Sunday chats. So who all do we have here? We have Deborah Trudeau, Crystal Shaman, Dean Hill, who may be taking off. It's all right. Good to see you, Dean. And a bunch of lurkers. Gotta love the lurkers. Hey, Trey. Now it is, the title is kind of interesting, isn't it, Moronic, or that verse, isn't it, Moronic, what you think? And how I wrote it is kind of important, because it should be, I think it's two questions, but it could be seen as one statement. Isn't it moronic? Question mark, what you think? Or it could be, isn't it moronic what you think? You know, could be taken both ways, depending on how you write it. Hi, Max. So I've got one cat to the side of me, one cat under me. Yes, that's up. Oh, okay, good. Glad to have you here, Dean. So isn't it moronic? Isn't it ironic? I don't know what she was doing there. Pure Love Ascension. Hey, how you doing? So I'm in Canada, so we're under China rules. So I can't say too many things. We have rules. I can't say negative things about vaccines, even if I think they're total crap. Not allowed to say that they're total crap. So, hey, Albie. I'm still allowed to smack talk my Prime Minister, which is kind of good. It's all moronic, right, Crystal Shaman? I think it's both, and it's also both. Yeah, right, Deborah. Getting ready to go into the car. Okay. She felt. Yeah. You're funny, Albie. Yeah, I can smack talk Justin Trudeau, at least for a while. I'm not a political opponent, so he won't put me in jail, just before an election or just before. Although he might, you never know. You like smack talk, eh? Yeah, here's a verbal psh upside the face. That's what we call them. That's true, Albie. Yep. Free speech is not so free anymore. It's going to be, might be have to be paid for. It seems it has to be bought and paid for. Anyway, I think it's about time for Bill to inject another 250 million into the. Yeah, good call, Deborah. Into the media companies, so that they keep up his paradigm on the jibby jab and all that stuff. Don't want to anger the man-child tyrant. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I should be reading your guys' comments because it might get me in trouble here. Oh, see, my viewers just started dropping. They caught on to us. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so they're doing that. I think it's in New Brunswick or PEI. I can't remember. Yeah, Justin is quite a man child. Uh, he's very good at not answering questions, which we like, and everything goes back to climate change, which is a skill in itself. What do you think of the indigenous people having water to drink? Well, climate change is a real problem. We have to fix it by giving money to billionaires. So, hey, Lucky, how you doing? And again, if anyone wants to come up, have a chat. There's a link you can hit in the chat. Come on up. Lucky was up last time. So yeah, I thought the song might have that Alanis Morissette song might have a little more in it than what it did. It's been years since I listened to it. Tailgates and trash talking. Been a long time, Deborah says. Right on. Yeah, he is. So the Moronic, we can talk about it like that, I think. The Moronic variant is less deadly, apparently. Very, very mild, undeadly. And that's awesome. And it's happening amongst the vaccinated, mostly. That's what I've heard. And that also is awesome. That is a complete reversal of the horror story that we've been fed and dreading that is coming. So who wants to get the moronic disease? I do, and everybody I'm not vaccinated, but everybody who is really should want to. I think uh, that will get you apparently natural immunity. to whatever artificial thing they put out next. Well, I don't think so. But anyway. You're welcome, Dean. So the Moronic variant would be what I would want, yeah. Although I think most of us have probably already had the 19 version. In the Omicron, there's something interesting that I'd like to show you. Give me a second here. This is a chart just of waveforms, astrological, numerological, alphabetical. And here we have Omicron right there. You can see Omicron. Let me pull that in for you. Yeah, okay. So you can see that Omicron's right here. So what we can do with this chart is look for correlations. Correlation to Omicron down here is Libra, the dynamis. So let's take a look. It's marriage and balance, cardinal air. So is there going to be a balance brought back by the Omicron? I don't know. Will Omicron bring us balance? That'd be really cool. But let's look up the dynamis for a moment. Dynamis. Dynamis. Oh, we use Wiki. What's that? Go away. Okay. So in Greek mythology, Dynamine was a Nereid, or a sea nymph, one of 50 daughters of the old man of the sea, Nereus. And the Oceanid, Doris. So Nereus and Doris. Her name, what is that? Participle. A participle. I don't know what that is. Means she who can, the capable one. She, along with her sister, Fursua, was associated with the might and power of the great ocean swells. Dynamine had the ability to appear and disappear rapidly. Wow. That's interesting. Let's see. Dynamis. No, it doesn't have dynamis as its. So I probably have to go through a different search engine. Let's see. That's right, Lucky. More healthy host helps spread the virus. Yeah. All right, Dean. That is the theory. I'm still up in the air on the virus theory. Um, I still have my own kind of conclusions on that. At least for this one, for sure. I'm not sure about all viruses, but this one in my area. Now, I don't know that viruses can't work into what I believe, but really they kind of more look like cell waste to me. Hey, Jen, how you doing? Long time. Yeah, it does seem like that. But that's, I don't know. I always look at things through the lens of what one of the former CIA agents, one of the CIA directors said is we can consider our job to complete. I'm paraphrasing, by the way, not the exact quote. But our job will be complete once the American public believes, or once everything the American public believes is a lie. So, yeah, I tend to look at most things through that lens at the moment. Oh, awesome. Seems that's most likely their purpose, yeah. Well, they've sequenced the moronic disease, um, which is amazing and probably false. What they probably did was ran another computer generated program and came up with what they thought, what they can sell, as the Chinese did with the first one, as the thing itself, right? So I'll have to take a look at that, but I'm sure that they haven't isolated. If they haven't isolated the 19, so they've isolated something from nothing, pretty much. Another model, right? It's really all they have is models based on models. So, yeah, it's a good thing to keep in mind when surveying things, right, Albie? Yeah, everything you know and believe could be a lie, right? Isn't that moronic, right? It's not even ironic. That's just moronic. Everything you know could be a lie. Hey, raw dog, polishing some opals, nice. Hey, shimmer soul. Again, it's a free chat, so anything you guys want to discuss, you can bring it up. Just be sure to follow the Canadian China guidelines and don't say bad things about vaccines. Everything else apparently is on the table, but we're not allowed to talk bad about that. I could wear a weird, caught a weird fascination for opal cutting and finishing over the COVID thing. Yeah, they've got really neat designs in them. They're so random. Most of the ones that I've seen. Hi, Ken. Good to see you, buddy. I'm not familiar with you. Everyone say hi, Ken. I'm not sure. Although I'm waiting for a new moon because I'd like to plant some veggies in my indoor garden. So I'll check here. Let's check on moon tracks. Come on. This will be faster. I don't know where Paula is. She should be here. Let's go moon phase. Let's see. So I know it was in Virgo last weekend. Libra. We're in Sagittarius. The moon is in Sagittarius from the 3rd to the 5th. Is it the 4th today? Where are we at? Yeah. So the moon is in Sagittarius right now. Let's see. Moon phases. Close. Saturday. New moon. Yep. Tonight is a new moon. So yeah, you can come on up and show us some of them if you want, Raw Dog. There's a link in chat. I'm familiar with you enough. Especially true of the Ethiopian opal. Cool. Solar eclipse, yeah, that would be during the day. Yeah. And yeah, a lunar eclipse would be at night. But it's a new moon, yeah. So new moon is kind of not really a eclipse, but it already happened, Ken says. Okay, cool. Thanks, Ken. And again, if any of you want to come up for a chat, you can use just a regular phone, regular cell phone to come on up through that link. Shoot, you missed it. That's okay. That one's really spelled weird, anyways. It's Antarctica, so it's much longer than people say it, really. But yeah, I spell that wrong all the time too. So I don't know. If you could see it partial, then it really wouldn't be an eclipse, would it? Right? Just for that area. There was the X of the eclipse that went over the states a while ago. A trip for opal cutters with Ethiopian when you're done leave it dripping wet. Put it in a small Ziploc bag and in another Ziploc for a month or longer to get them to crack. Oh, neat. That's cool. It was a total eclipse. Thanks, Ken. Maybe it was broadcast, Jen. You could probably look at it, but it's an eclipse. I haven't seen Dean. You mean Code? You're in Texas. Nice. I'd like to be there. Actually, we have weird laws in Canada. So we're partial elsewhere. Yeah, I think so. Okay, another asteroid will be going by. Cool. Yeah, it would be. Hi, D Ocean. How you doing? Yeah, Texas would be an awesome wintering state. See, we should divide the countries into strips, really, in the states. That way, you could have like a migration route. You go up and down the state, summer to winter, and back up. Yeah, I don't know. I find cool people are everywhere. Albie, haven't had a problem. I don't go too far really. Yeah, strips would make more sense. Yeah, and then all the animals could we could follow the animals up and down as they migrate because they don't really care about borders. You could just tell everybody that they have to be migratory now. That could be the new way. You don't own a house, you don't own a car or nothing. You own your feet, and we'll walk you from one COVID camp to another. Well, yeah, it'll all be that way. You could have it all be wildlife corridors, Albie. The whole thing, right? More people of some kind, of the same kind found in the strips. I don't know. I don't know. That'd be neat. Be neat to try, right? Yeah, the whole rewilding thing, right? Well, if they'd release anti gravity, right, we could all live in pods that float above the forest canopy. Hey, hey, Freedom, how's it going? How you doing, Ransom? Good to see you. Yeah, we could have free energy pods floating above the canopy. That'd be a hoot, you know. There's a link if you want to come up, the ocean or Ransom. You can use your cell phone; it'll work just fine. Just hit the link. If there's anything on your mind. Right, Albie. If they wouldn't hide the technology, but they're using the suppression of technology as a way to take control and possession of everything, and that's why we haven't had these technologies released, and every time they're released, they're suppressed. So, sorry. Oh gosh, poor guy lives in a cart pulled by sheep. Wow. Yeah, we could have floating cities, free energy devices. You know, we probably could even have food replication. Who knows what they've hidden? You know, what do you mean, Ken? Released? Yeah, Yeah, if they would just release it. That's what I think, Ken. They're holding on to that. And they suppress anybody who comes up with anything that works. That's what they've done for years and years. You know, and things like when people find who parts or out of place artifacts, the Smithsonian will swoop in like a great savior, and you'll never see it again. Yeah, maybe he is, Albie, the sheep cart man. Yeah, no, who would release it, right? Nobody. Now, people like us, if we got a hold of that type of technology, I would release it. There are a couple of things that we can do that are free technology, like LEDs. They collect energy. You can string together LEDs and create, well, what looks like a solar panel, but it works at night too, because it works on stellar radiation. There's a couple of other devices that I'm interested in trying out. I have to get some different LEDs and things like that. But yeah, let's see. Let's see if I can get you guys that link and you can take a look. There we go. Let's favorites. There we go. Let's see. Let's go along a bit. I'll show you an image from the video. Give me a minute, I just have to find it. There we go, we're getting close. Let's see. Share screen.
And that's where all the experiments were.
Let's go back a bit.
I said, yeah, time is longer than a magnet. You've actually isolated time within a magnet. That is time plus x.
Now you'll have to watch the first
this
part of the video to understand what he's talking about, but you can go back far enough that you can kind of get a little bit of a...
And I said, well, if you take one magnet and it was that big,
Can you guys hear that?
It by that
I don't know if you've been...
You've now got, for example, 12 units. That's 12 units at there, okay? At that point. This point is bigger, considerably, than that. Therefore, if this is an event in time, that is time plus x. That is time plus 0. And that one is time minus x. And they said, you've actually isolated time within a magnet. I said, yeah, time is longer within a magnet than what it is within light. And then when you're not allowed to do things like, if this gets out to the public, we're screwed. We're all screwed. I says, well, I've made the video and I've made it public. I made 2 copies. Where's the other copy? It's nothing to do with you. I said, because the work that I do outside of working hours, it's got absolutely diddly squat to do with it.
So I'll put a link in
So they changed
the
laws in the Navy.
chat for
And
him
they said
for this
that
video.
work
You guys
for
can take a
24
look.
hours, and they demanded all my work.
He's
They
got
come
some
and
very
raided my
interesting
house, they stole
ideas.
all my magnets, all my paperwork. They took the fucking lot. Sorry for swearing.
That man knows his
The Royal
squiggles.
Navy
Hey,
is. They
DJ.
done at HMS Dryad, and I used to live at number 40 Norton Road, and I lived there for 10 years, and that's where all the experiments were done.
Hey, Zoe.
I went even further. I said, if you've now got that, and you apply a thing called the lens effect, and it applies to 2 materials, copper.
So what he's done is he's isolated
If
time
you
in the
take
middle of a
magnet and
ring of
spin it
magnets.
inside copper and aluminium, it kind of levitates a bit. So I said, if you made this as a pipe, like a water pipe, and you inserted in the middle a propeller made of aluminium and copper by metal, as the water went across it, it would spin. And it would spin with inside a magnetic field, which is the inverse of the lens effect. And you would
I'll have to
ionize
mute him
the
for a
water.
moment.
And when you ionize water and you drink it, pharmaceutical industry screwed. Well,
Okay.
it's not my job. I'm here to help humans. I'm not here to fucking destroy them. That's
Sorry
what
I had to do that. Hey, Steve-O.
Well, what else you done? I said, well, when you take it on its side like that, and you take a piece of wire like that,
Here's the experiment that we can try.
like that, nothing happens. I said, but if you send it
Hey,
around
Freedom
twice, like that, and you put that to Earth, and you put a magnet on there, magnet becomes an antenna.
Now this video
You've
might
got
get
the Earth
banned,
here,
but this is
there's a
an
magnetic field.
idea
Goes in
for a
there,
free energy
Goes
device.
along that
So
wire, across that
I'll
magnet,
have to mute
changes,
again for a
goes out
second.
It goes around that wire twice and goes to Earth.
Okay, so we're waiting for him to finish talking about that. Right, Steve-O? Okay, I think we're by that.
Here, this is what I look like. If you want to shoot me, come and do it and show you how scared the world are of you. Right? I'm not scared of you. So you can have free energy
Oops.
from a magnet. Put a piece of aluminium, spin the aluminium, you can have a cure for cancer tomorrow.
Oh, didn't hear that, guys. Okay.
In the meantime, while you're trying to
Hey,
work
Emily.
that out, you're scratching your head. So now there.
Yeah, so take a look at him, Nigel Cooper. He's there on Odyssey. Let's see. Clipboard. But that's one I'm going to try. I've got almost all the materials for it. Yep, free food and free medicine. That's right. Like a head and arms. Yeah. Looks like a stick man waving. Free power means free grow ups. Absolutely. If you want to pop up, there's a link there for you, Freedom. I think D Ocean will be up in a bit. I haven't seen Paulie yet. So check him out, Nigel Cooper. Yeah, I don't know what you were kind of referring to there. So, yep, right, Emily. Now that device apparently, like you could, if you could figure out, well, if you could run it to an alternator inverter, you could run an alternating current and run every technology you have now. There's also probably a way to get heat out of it by putting some type of a resistor system. Uh, yeah, unlimited. That's the idea. I don't know how big the collector has to be. So it's a piece of wire. I'll describe it from top to top. A piece of wire is an antenna, a magnet, positive and negative lead. I don't know which way it goes. Another piece of wire looped through the ring of 12 magnets twice, and then down to ground. And you attach your device, switching device, on that bottom end. Uh-oh, somebody taking off? Man has had all these things and then warred with the beings that gave them to him. Yeah. Oh, yeah, feel better, Freedom. I haven't had a headache in years. I had one, actually, no, that's not true. I hadn't had a headache in years until the beginning of the flu season. They pumped up the air electricity, we'll call it. And yeah, I got a headache the first time they cranked it up to 72. Chickens will eat each other, Steve-O. So they're like fish. I don't know if they do it in the wild, but they do it in those cages we keep them in. I'd actually probably not. When was that? Oh, jeez. I'd have to check. I don't think my wife's here, and my phone won't run the app that tracks it for me. My smartphone died. I have a dumb phone now. No, it doesn't make it okay. And I think the only reason they do that is because they're in a industrialized environment. I took a long fast. I haven't had a headache since. Yeah. That was a couple weeks ago, I'd say, Freedom Grower, just at an estimate. But I'd have to check the actual numbers to tell you. But there was an actual date where they cranked it up on us. Oh, it's a beautiful sky out here. The clouds are purple. Hey, who is who? How you doing? No, it doesn't make it okay. That is correct, Ken. I would agree with that. That it doesn't make it correct. I suppose if they don't have anything else to eat, then it's. Yep, for me too. My teeth. I just lost a tooth this morning. It was wiggling in my head for about a few. It's been wiggling in my head for the 2 weeks since that too. So it just popped out this morning. That's what happens to my teeth because of this. They just start wiggling and they just pop right out. That's exactly true, Albie. Yep, it's always the one seeking fortune, and they pay for both sides. I can't talk about that too extensively. Who is who? But yes, they are in Alberta. Oh, you put it under your pillow. Yeah. You know, there was an interesting fellow out I heard today. I'm a paraphrase. I don't know what you mean there, Steve-O. Okay, scratch that. Pushing war with oneself at a greater scale. Yeah, exactly. They play two sides. That's the only way you win all the time is you play both sides, right? Yeah, that is Zoe Jane. Yeah, exactly. That was since the beginning of this whole lockdown thing, and they've put it's. I don't think it's actually a law, but they'll flag my video and pull me down. So yeah, it is who is who. It is shocking who would do that, and especially with the Omicron coming around, um, or sorry, the Moronic coming around. It's a lesser condition. So what? Get the Moronic, you know. That would probably run on free energy in the past. Yeah, I doubt the general public ever knew it though. They were probably used for labor. Yeah, technology was. Uh, it. I don't know, Deborah. It depends on what time period. I think at some time in our past, it seems that technology was everywhere. Like covered the earth, just covered the earth. If you look at some of the Google Earth videos, and then at times it seems it was just pinched and hidden for the elite. But you never know. It could be like today. It could be all around us, like they're using. No need, no need for unique thoughts anymore. Yeah, but yeah, if they're using devices to fly TR-3Bs and all that, they've had this technology and hidden it for themselves. In the past, they probably did the same. There may have been times when it was shared, um, but I don't know. It was all over the planet at one time for sure. There's grid lines and what look like mechanisms or the remnants of mechanisms all over the planet. Wow, I didn't know that. Who is who? Measure feelings of health and children. Well, yeah. Once we all get our jibby jab, and we're all hooked right into the AI 5G new world of things. What's that? Cats are almost finished with the. Yeah, they're damn close. Money was invented 2,000 years ago. I'm pretty sure there are examples of money older than that, but the Romans minted their coins around 2,000 years ago, Ken. That's correct. But there were other forms of money. Native Americans used seashells and other things. Other cultures used different things to represent wealth or money. Ransom notes, yeah. Do you ever wonder why they trade schools trade crafts finances and all these different? No, in their own category. Think about what? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Seems canals and for reaching geoengineering. Yeah, we'll leave a link to your upload. Okay. Yeah, control has been and dominance has been a Ken Gosh. Okay, thanks. What's that, Steve? Yeah, that's there's the mud flood theory where they took advantage of natural disasters. They may have even initiated the natural disasters themselves with technologies that could have been done as well. There's the fasces from Rome, at least from the Roman depictions, and it's the Roman symbol. But I did a video describing how you can take the design of a fasces. Let's see, which one was it? That was a statue. I think it was George. Yeah, there he is. Let's. There we go. Screen. Hey, DJ. Give me a second here.
Hey, John.
Yeah. What's up, DJ? How you doing,
No,
buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. You got a topic you want to discuss?
No, I just thought I would pop on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking at the fasces here. This large column-looking thing beside them.
Hmm.
And if you look at the inside of a microwave, it has, if you take the caps, the tops of these things, they can be used if you cut it in half, if you cut the column and look down on it, it would look like the inside of the device that's used to generate microwaves inside the microwave. This is just a longer version of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, this could be used. This could have been used as a weapon to conquer cities, armies. All kinds of things could have been done with this type of a weapon.
Yeah. I actually remember you talked about this a while ago. So,
Yeah, I did a show on it. I'm going to have to redo that
yeah.
again. But yeah, it's got all of the components here. There's what looks like a scroll behind it that you can see. This other thing to the right hand side here of it.
Yeah.
Now, if that were used as a capacitor, which in a capacitor is basically just a big long sheet of metal rolled up, and you put an electrolyte in there, and you can store lots and lots and lots of energy that will discharge in a second. So if you were to hook that to this fasces, that would discharge all that energy like a microwave in a huge blast. Uh, it would make people sick. It could possibly kill people.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like the microwave weapons that they're using now, that they just make your skin kind of burn and make you run away. But there's all kinds of variations you could do on that. Just with that one single weapon, depending on how you put the energy in and how much of it you put in.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's one of the technologies that they seem to have hidden for at least 2,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Money is nothing. You have gold. Nice.
Yeah.
I'll
Nice.
trade that. But here, take this paper. Yeah. Yeah, I have some gold, Ken. Not a lot, though. Actually, I mostly use it to make colloidal gold. So I got a couple $100 of gold burning away in a pot of distilled water.
Mm.
Perhaps forgotten. Yeah, that's right, Albie. Oh, here's my coffee.
I don't know if I got too much or not. I got them.
Thank you.
I brought them. I think you're still at the store.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's all right. Thank you. So yeah, what other, this is one example of a technology that they could have hidden from us. What else have they hidden?
Yeah.
You can't eat gold. Well, you can drink it. You can eat it too, but most of it'll come out the other end.
Uh,
That's what Steve was asking. You can't eat gold. I
yeah.
drink gold, Steve. If you attach two pieces of gold to a 12-volt power supply, one on either side, because it'll probably be an AC/DC power supply,
Mm,
bits of gold will come off if you suspend it in water, and that makes colloidal gold. And
right.
you can drink that, and it's good for you. Good for immunity, good for balancing brain activity. Um, Good for it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, antiviral, if you believe in viruses.
Uh, hmm.
Neuron, neutron. Oh, Trey's got it somewhere here. Bombay Dock. Tours of duty. Ships in the night. Or Manhattan projection. Yeah, the Manhattan Project. Nothing ever came of that either. We never saw any of the results or
yeah.
any information of the studies. A friend of mine too long ago, he's trying to talk about that. Maybe I should have listened a little bit more.
Mm.
You're hard headed, are you, Steve?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Mm.
That's okay. We'll be gentle with you. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen some of the data from the Manhattan Project. That would have been fantastic. How many people died there?
Mm.
On the Maxwells. Oh, yeah, that's a joke at work. Did you hear the big break in the Maxwell case? Everyone says no. That's right, because there won't be one.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole thing is just going to go down in history as a big nothing burger because there's too many high-level people involved.
Right.
They all ended up dying, LB says. What was that? They had troopers in trenches really close to the blast. Where? Oh, yeah, at the Manhattan Project. Yeah, they all ended up dying. Wow. Older movie, riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of a big, scary bat kind of propaganda scene? Well, Steve, oh, yeah. We're going to be living under the Gotham system. We're gonna all be Gotham City. The passport system will be run by Gotham. The Gotham system under who is it? What's Plantier? Yeah, Plantier owns the Gotham tracking system that will be used worldwide to track us. We'll be living in Gotham City.
Okay.
And as far as I remember, Gotham City wasn't a very nice place. It was such a lawless place that they needed the Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean. Mm.
I love how they use these. They always do this with their naming of things and stuff. They give they give you clues as what they're going to do. So they're going to be in a lawless society under the Batman system.
Yep.
Passport.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I want to know what happened with the dome, Albie. Some people claim that there was a dome that they were blasting through, or I would call it a bubble because I think we live on a ball Earth. But if we live on a flat Earth, I guess it's a dome. So, but they claim that they were in some of the images you can see the blast hit something. It looks like it's hitting something because it's radiating up and then it starts to radiate outward in an atypical blast pattern, which is weird. Now that was with the biggest ones though, so they might react a little differently than the smaller. But yeah, like the firmament type thing. Yeah, I don't know. Now there are different layers of the atmosphere that are different temperatures, and that could be why it did that. We're in a warm area here. It gets cold, and then it gets warmer again. Then it actually gets colder again, and then it gets really, really, really hot, and then it gets cold. So our atmosphere is in about 4 layers of hot and cold temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
6,000 degrees way up high, if you go up high enough. And then it cools back down to around 240 degrees.
Hmm.
Unless you're in the shade, then it's minus 240.
Hmm.
It's like anything, God can create a ball that holds water. I laugh at that all the time. Well, I don't know, dog. Um, I see bubbles floating in the air, so I don't know. But I see points for both. Tesla's concept of distributing power was by refracting it off and set off the firmament. Okay, so that nothing could impede its distribution. Yeah, I'm wondering if we shouldn't use magnetic power distribution instead of electric, because right now we're using positive non-ionizing radiation to transmit data, and that's not healthy for us. So I'm wondering if a magnetic type of transmission might be better. With a magnetic transmission, you could vibrate metal. I don't know if that would be even worse, but it'd be something to try.
Hmm.
Some of the reports said that birds that went near that thing died and stuff, but I don't know. I don't have any confirmation on that. So, just trying to look at all sides of it there, Steve. And Albie. Sorry, Albie. Oh, Max is coming up. Do you need up? Okay. You stay down there.
Hmm.
Yeah, you believe that the manner of transmission he'd settled upon wouldn't interfere with biology? Yeah, probably, Albie. I would agree. Walked around a building 3 times before entering it. That's hilarious. Hi, Max. Hello. Okay, come here to further destroy my microphone. Okay, get off the cord. Okay, this is going to end badly. You know that.
Hmm.
Okay. You, okay.
Sure.
You go up here, Max. Okay. He loves to get my attention when I'm talking to people. That's
I bet.
the scalar waves. Yeah, that would be awesome if he was doing it with scalar waves, because they could even possibly be healing as they generate power. Albie, that'd be cool. Tesla, yeah, that'd be great. That's what the curvature of the Earth that's what the curvature of the Earth, and on a still day, you can take a laser and go how long on the water. Yeah, I know. That's an interesting experiment, Steve. Yeah, apparently, even if you have like a 7 kilometer long canal, the laser will stay just above the water. Now, there is a water has a strange effect on things as well. There could be that into the equation as well. But yeah, it's an odd thing. Hey, what do you say? Say that scale. Scale it away. Scale. I don't know. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy. We're just talking about anything and everything. Yeah, I would want to try it for myself, Steve-O. Yeah, that's true. Alfie. So much we have yet to understand. Yeah, the flat Earth, round Earth debate. I don't know. For me, I could accept it if the Earth was flat. It would be pretty mind blowing. But the planets and the sun and all that operate, and the energies from them, in my thinking, operate better because of the way the fields work. For it to be a round Earth floating in a sea, actually, beautiful sea of energy. Doing great, getting ready for tonight's show. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm ready and waiting, Robert. I'm going to be on Milky Way Soul Tribe later. We're talking about remote viewing. And Robert has read a book about a remote viewer. And there's a lot of things that just match up with what we do. And yeah.
Nice.
Our journey. Yes, Max, I see you there.
True.
Yeah, I'm the same. I accept it either way, Raw Dog. I'm grateful to have eternal life here. Just wish we never let people rule over it. That is true. And, well, that's, I think, what we're here to change, guys. Right? There's, in the ancient stories, they write about the heroes and all the stories. And the hero's always the little guy, that unexpected hero. Well, they come in all types, of course, but there's the hero born to be a hero and the unexpected hero. Let's see, what's that say? I tell you, I give you an example. That's what I get out of all this. Blank. They've been teaching this in the physical and ignoring the spirit. Yeah, intentionally. Well, yeah, you're not allowed to mention faith healing on YouTube anymore or Twitter. They're trying to separate man from God, that's for sure. What's that? I think I'm with Nancy Reagan. Just say no. Okay, with Reagan. Just say no. Yeah, just say no. My body, my choice. Those don't matter anymore. Starseed or Star Children? I don't know about that, Raw Dog. I don't know. I suppose we were all kind of like that. I think everyone really can be considered that. I think they just have to be activated to be that. You know, I think everyone gets the chance. You know, whether you choose to be the hero or you choose to be the villager that run away, or whether even you choose to be the villain. You know, but even the villain, in some sense, thinks they're doing good, right?
Yep.
You know, so the villain we have right now thinks they're doing good, but hey. That's, yeah, right, Raw Dog. It's in all of us, right? Yeah, right, Steve. Everyone has the opportunity. Oh, we lost DJ. To be all of those things, right? Even in the smallest ways, doesn't matter how big the way is. Well, maybe GJ will come back. Or they know they're doing good for their exclusive community. Well, yeah, no, that's right. This is good for us. It's good for we, the little group. They're not. They're not the same in thinking as the rest of humanity. So, don't know if you could really even call them that. That's. Well, yeah, that's one of the things I think, Albie, is we've reached a critical mass, or we're close to a critical mass, where we can't be controlled, and where a critical mass of thinking happens. It could be that at 8 billion people, there uh, comes an awakening, and if it's happened in the past, they would know about it, and they would try and stop it. Just an idea. I'm not saying that that's a fact or anything, but it could be a possibility. Who knows what deals were struck too? The Vatican has always suppressed technology as witchcraft and any advancements. Maybe they had a deal to do that in order to keep the population and mankind down. You know, that's right, Albie. Yeah, critical mass of consciousness, right, where ideas just start springing forth. Well, that would be nice, Albie, if the vices are slipping away. DNA and family history study, and the secret was to find the lineage of. Oh, okay, but that could be Trey. I mean, Raw Dog. Sorry, but I don't know. I kind of like to think that the Christ is in all. That the possibility of raising the Christ is in everybody. All they have to do is choose, right? Choose the way. True. My crow waves the rice thrice, thrice times. Micro depends deepens upon its space. A hyphen, a measurable unit. Oven, contaminant for carrier vessel. I love how you get two or three meanings in a few words. That's awesome. Yeah, that could be raw dog, that they could be looking for the lineage. Could even be my lineage. I don't know. Could be on your birth certificate. They may have already tracked it. I've noticed that the birth certificates have strange numbering and lettering. My wife's birth certificate. What letter does yours start with? F?
I think so.
Yeah,
And
something like that. FN. She was born long before me. I'm a A. It's the only letter in mine, and it's the first one. So who knows? Their numbering system. I think their numbering system has something to do with your lineage. Yeah, the way
that's
is.
my
Yeah.
OHIP
Huh?
card. I think that's the number for my OHIP card. The
Oh,
FN.
okay. It doesn't matter. I know it's not an A, and it's
Yeah.
that's all. Yeah, microwaves within a particular or a part measured contained space. Oh, what about the what is it? Lucifer race or Luciferase? I guess you're supposed to say it. Huh? Oh, and the scientist who isolated the what can we call it? It was grapholini hydroxylide. He died. Got beaten up in a alley, I guess. He was beat to death anyway. So they're getting rid of some people, and Germany right now is in heavy lockdown. They're mandating 60 and over, or giving you a fine. Yeah, the microwaves are horrible. Yep, that's right, Albie. Anonymous, just random acts of violence everywhere. Hey, John Little. If you want to try and come up, we're on StreamYard, so you can just use the link right there in chat. I gave up on Haps. They told me I didn't have enough subscribers to broadcast. Oh, there's Crystal Shaman. Hi. How you doing, hon?
Hello, how are you?
Great. Good to see you. It's going okay here in China. We're enjoying our lockdown, our continuous lockdown for 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying not having eaten in a restaurant for 2 years, or been able to go to a sports club or adult bar, you know. And I'm
Yes.
sure things will get better in December when they promised, because, you know, they always keep their promises, right?
Oh, right. Yes, they always keep their promises.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt. I mean, you can
Yeah.
bank on it.
Yep. Yeah, we've got Doug Ford. He kept his promise. He said, we won't do lockdowns. To which the next day he came out and said, well, unfortunately, we have to lock down. So
Right.
I'm sure that was just for our own good. Our bought and sold out land. Oh, that's a good one, Albie.
Yes, I saw that.
That goes along with our national anthem.
I did see the information on the man who had put out a video about the hydroxide
Yeah, yeah. So apparently that was more dangerous information than the just the regular oxide for some reason. I don't know why. I haven't really looked that up. I probably should.
Well, I have a link for a video on it. I'll send it to you when I get off.
Sure. Great. Yeah.
Apparently that is like razor blades in your body.
Yeah. 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 I've used graphene before. You can take graphene and apply it to paper, and if you do it in the proper manner, it shears the graphene, making it into graphite, and it'll hold an electrical charge when you put it in an electrolyte. Or dry, it'll hold a charge too. Yeah.
So
Make that.
hydroxide versus the oxide. It's my understanding the hydroxide is like a cousin to the oxide one.
Yeah, well, see, hydrogen is great for getting into cells. This is hydrogen is a great cleanser of cells. It helps things get expelled and helps things get into cells.
Oh, so that's the hydroxide.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, the way
That's
that
why I
that
have to check it
person,
out.
his name was Andreas. Can't think of his last name. The guy you're talking about, but he didn't actually. I don't know that he actually found that. I think it was somebody else, and he was telling about their discovery. But anyway, okay. So here's the gist of the way I understood it, and I haven't watched the whole video yet. But so, like when someone gets a jab, it's supposed to be intramuscular.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not doing that properly.
Right. So when they do not do it intramuscularly and it goes into a vein of the body, then that's where the juice goes from the jab.
Yeah, right to the heart.
Goes into the bloodstream.
Yeah.
Thus, this would explain why some people have an immediate reaction. This would explain why sports people are collapsing and
exactly
not surviving. This does explain a lot.
Yeah,
because
they don't do the drawback. They're supposed to draw back to see if they're in a vein, and they don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I did hear that mentioned. And so imagine having nano razor blades in your in your veins. I mean, that's and of course it's not biodegradable, so
no,
it's never going to go out of your body.
It will come out eventually, but it takes a long time, and it can lodge in your body, which is where you're getting it can't come out, because if it does get lodged in cells, it's pretty much stuck there.
Well, I mean, like if it's in your blood veins, how is it going to get out of your body if it's in your blood veins?
When those cells, in your blood veins, that's much harder. It's got to be absorbed by, or it can be. There are blood cells that replace themselves. The blood you have now will not be the blood you have in 10 years.
Right.
So it will come out eventually.
7 years. It's totally recyclable. Yeah.
Yeah. So all your cells will recycle themselves, and that should take the products out, unless they're lodged.
But will you survive 7 years?
Well, that's questionable because of the tumors that it probably will cause.
Yeah.
And blood clots, and yeah. And
well,
then there's other things they put in there as well, not just that.
Yeah. Yes. So the way I understood it, it's like just literally like razor blades cutting you up inside your veins, cutting things up,
Yeah.
I guess it would be like fiberglass. You know how fiberglass is
Mhm.
sharp?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's similar, very similar. Like it graphene. It comes in sheets, so it's flat sheets. Uh, say if it was the size of my hand, okay, the thickness of it you would have a hard time finding. It's very thin and very razor-like. So it the whole any side any edge of it acts like a laser, like a razor.
I've
Yeah,
gotten a
the
piece
rest
of fiberglass in my eye before, and it wasn't very much fun.
no. Yeah, there are cleansers for it. You can get okay. I suggest people now get boron from the health food store, 3 milligram pills. Take one of those a day. That can help with nano. And there's also a bath detox that you're going to want to get the box boron for, and do a 20-minute bath with boron, bake a cup of baking soda and a cup of Epsom salts, so 1 cup of each. You can do that maybe once or twice a week to detox, and that'll help apparently with a lot of the components that are in the jibby jab. Red
I think I have
blood
a lot
cells
of
are
detoxing.
every 3 months. Yeah. So if they can make it 3 months, Paula? And how you doing, Paula? Good to see you.
I think I have a lot of detoxing I need to do now.
Yeah. Yeah. Go gentle. Baths are good. Nice and gentle on your system. You might be a little woozy or dizzy when you get up because you want to do it with as hot water as you can for about 20 minutes. And
I
yeah.
can't see the chat, but is Paula in there?
No, I haven't seen her. Oh, Paula Shields is here. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the other Paula.
No.
Sorry. I've just been listening because I had to go in the car, so I'm just on my phone.
Yep, that's true, Paula. She says onions and garlic can. I think that's true, Paula. Onions and garlic can help detox as well. Uh, yeah, okay. I like onions and garlic anyways, so that's because there's a lot of quercetin in onions, yellow onions specifically. There's the ocean, and the yellow onions, you get the most
Hey,
quercetin out of them by having them slightly cooked, which is nice because you can use them in things
what's up,
easily
y'all?
and get benefits of it. How you doing, Dee?
Hey, Dee.
Hey, I got some help for the problem you're talking about. There is
Which
a
one?
technique for getting rid, well, I'll tell you. There is a technique for getting rid of your old cells faster, your old blood cells faster. This was brought up by the bulletproof guy, okay? The guy that sells all the bulletproof stuff that makes his body so strong that it can't be hurt. Okay, that's his goal anyway.
Okay.
But he says he looked into this. What happens is you take your regular shower, your regular warm shower, for the last 5 seconds to 5 minutes, you turn the water on as cold as you can stand it. What this will do is cause your body to kill off the old blood cells that are weak and slow and manufacture new ones. So if you want to get through this quicker and you're saying you're worried about it being in your blood cells and you want to get the new ones moving faster, then the best thing you can do is take yourself, and I've been doing this to get whatever may be in my blood out of my blood. So now this is, of course, going to be a problem if something went into your bone marrow. You might have some problems, but if it's just in your cells and you want to turn over your cells quick, that's a way to do it.
Would you suggest taking some calcium while you're doing this, or?
Oh, well, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's, we were just talking about this. You're worried about it getting into your cells, how you get it back out again. How do you get those cells to move on? You don't have to wait 7 years. You can just move them on faster by taking a cold shower.
That's for the
At
blood
the very
cells,
end
right?
of your shower. Yeah,
Blood
it'll
cells are
shock your
replaced every
body.
3 months. We were quoted in the chat here, 3 months for
Right.
blood cells.
Right.
7 years for body cells.
Yeah, well, all your what it does is it shocks your body, makes you think that, you know, there's like, oh geez, I got to make some stronger stuff. You know, I got to make newer stuff. So you start
Right,
making stronger cells, and
cold
this
shot at the
particularly
end.
blood cells. Yeah. So a
Yeah.
cold shot at the end, and that's actually why they do it in Europe too. There are places in Europe where they always do that. And that's also why in the spas they have the cold plunge bath.
Yeah. Paula says fasting. I do
Oh,
daily
it's the Wim
fasting.
Hof method. The
Oh yeah,
Iceman.
yeah, the Iceman,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, so just thought I
Well,
would
I
add
do
that
my
since you were
head and my
concerned
nether
about that.
region with I have a hose. I do my head and my nether region after a hot bath.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to
Yeah,
need
as
So it
long
is
as it's
7
falling on your
years
face
for the
and your chest.
apparently, yeah, 7 years for the body.
If the cold water is falling on your face and chest, it'll work. Doesn't even have to be
Okay.
the other parts, but as long as it's on your, that's what he said. But if you want to do your nether parts, well, there
Sure.
you know, you're perfectly welcome. But okay.
That sounds
I
a
just
tad
wanted to get
unpleasant,
that
says
in, and I
Albert.
also wanted to say that this graphene thing, I got a friend who is trying to get over having a numb arm and leg from this
That's
shot.
right, Paula.
So, you know, this is really important. I'm going to go off for a bit now. I got stuff to do. I just love you guys and wanted to let you know. Okay,
Thanks.
I'm going to go
well,
off for a
thank
minute.
you. Love you too. Yeah, I mean, well, you know, I have residual things going on from the illness, you know, unfortunately. Things going on that weren't like to this level before. But like you know, when I was in the hospital, all the skin peeled off my lips, all the skin peeled off my face. It was really strange. So
That
some of
is
my cells have
bizarre.
been replaced. Yeah, and other people told me like someone that I know here, ex-boyfriend, when he had the illness, he said the skin on his hands, on his fingers peeled off.
That's almost like, yeah, that sounds like radiation.
You know what? My hair's falling out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's radiation. Did you
Yeah.
you start using the app and getting readings around your area?
No,
Just went?
I still got to clean off my phone. In fact, my phone's in really bad shape. I was
Yeah.
trying to do some stuff, clean some off today and yesterday, but no, I have to clean off quite a bit to do
Yeah,
that.
immune
But
system deals.
I feel like that is. I feel like all
Sounds
these symptoms fit radiation poisoning.
mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
everything you
saying?
said when you were on last time too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're telling me like I called the doctor's office and asked them about this because you know I'm using the steroid inhaler. So I said could that caused that. And they said no. They said it's the illness and the other people have reported that as well. That's a part of the thing that goes on. And I was like, interesting.
How does that even
Because
make
that's
any
a
sense,
radiation
really?
that's a radiation poisoning symptom. I knew it right away.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah.
Oh. See, nobody's allowed to admit that, though. It's in our laws,
I guess.
really. It's in our laws. The only reason you can stop one of those things from going up is if it affects the property value. That's the only reason. There's no health reason or applicable. in Canada or the U.S. They have free reign to put whatever they want up there.
Are you talking about on a pole?
Yeah,
Towers?
pole,
Okay.
building, yeah, anywhere they want. Yeah.
Well, I just noticed one. I mean, I know I've heard before that if you're in 20 to 25 miles of a tower, I mean, it's gonna affect you, you know.
Oh, I'm within a mile of one tower. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just happened to notice one, and this isn't just like a small tower. I'll have to take a picture of it.
Oh,
I mean, it's on a huge pole.
oh yeah.
It's on such a big pole that this
Yeah,
pole
about 8 feet wide.
would probably,
Yeah, they're
oh, they're
probably about 8
huge,
feet wide.
and it would never,
Yeah.
it would never get
Or
thumped
bigger.
over by an earthquake or
A truck.
anything.
Nothing would take it. Yeah.
Right. I seen the truck backed up to it, and the door was open on the truck, and I was like, "Is that
That
an
truck looks
electrical?"
small.
And then I literally turned around and came back.
Yeah.
Huh?
The truck looked small, did it, compared to the tower?
Oh, well, kind of. But I literally turned around and went back to it, and
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see what was at the top, and you know what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we've got those
I thought,
here.
man, I never
We
knew
have
that was there.
we have some of the A-frame, but now more and more they're putting up those large columns. They're 8 or 10 feet in diameter, and they're huge. They're huge. Yep.
Yeah, and I did not see the person. I noticed that there was like ovoid type panel. Looked like you could take that off and
Yeah, they want to make
see
sure that in all
inside.
conditions, you can climb right in there and climb up to the top. That's to make sure that in all other conditions,
No, sure.
they can take care of that.
Yeah. Is Dee talking?
I'm trying to tell you, I'm eating sea crunchies right now with
I thought she was eating.
wasabi, which
Nice.
is a good to eat
sounds
if you're
delicious.
trying to get rid of. It will help you rid your body of radiation too.
Oh, okay. I love wasabi.
And you can get roasted seaweed snacks with wasabi. Oh, those are very good. Those are very good. They smash them real thin and crisp them up, and it's better than
Right,
potato
Paul.
chips to me. The other thing I want to say is Regal Zetox is a blood cleaner. That's what it's formulated to be. It's Zetox micronized small enough to get into your bloodstream, and it will
Okay.
pick up toxins and heavy metals, should pick up the graphene as well. I am advising that to people because I use it. I can say that because it's anecdotal, because I use it myself. I feel better when I use it. You need to use it every once in a while anyway, because there's so much crap and stuff, okay? So Regal Zetox is the only kind that I found that actually really works. So you can go right to the Regal site, or you can get it off Amazon. Okay, there's my little public service, another little public service advertisement.
There we go. Thank you, Dee. There we go.
I'm trying to get all my friends detoxed and decontaminated too.
Yeah, it's a
It
good
isn't
idea.
easy.
No.
I try and stay up on it
So here's
now,
the link.
because I've had to do it for a long time because my fillings broke open and started pouring poison and heavy metals into my blood. So I had to try this,
Mm-hmm.
and Regal Zetox did the trick.
Cool.
But it was killing me.
What about iodine? Isn't iodine
I take iodine.
something?
Well, iodine
probably a
will
reason
help.
I take it.
Well, I have
Iodine will
some
help with
iodine, but
radiation.
I don't have any of the other.
The problem is there's iodine that's radiated already. And if you get a hold of that and it gets in your thyroid before the regular, you got a problem. Because that means
Yeah,
you
no.
know, yeah. So you
The
got to
one I
keep
have
your
is
iodine up in order to keep the radiated stuff out. That's the way that I feel.
The iodine I have is safe.
Yeah.
Good night, Pamela Jean.
But you know, when
Oh,
I
you're here.
did
Just
call
kidding.
the doctor's office the other day, they
Oh, she
said, "Well,
was,
we might need to check your thyroid."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will screw with your thyroid. Mm-hmm. It will.
Well, I'm not letting them torch my thyroid glands. There's no way.
Hell no.
No, you can.
Hell no. Mm-mm.
You can do gap fasting and regrow any organ you want. That'll also help you detox as well on a daily basis. You take quercetin when you're doing it. That's to stop any cytokine storms and to help with cell regeneration and various other
We
processes.
really got to get cannabis legal everywhere because cannabis will stop us. CBD will stop a cytokine storm.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have a
Which is
prescription
what we're
in the
dealing
U.S.,
with.
right?
in Canada, you can get a daily dose of that, no problem.
So they don't have it they don't have it universal here. CBD is still a little harder to get here.
Yeah.
I think you have to have a
please keep
prescription,
things
don't
in
you?
mind. What?
There are prescriptions in Canada. There are prescription stores, but you can get CBD oil just about anywhere. I've seen it at health food stores.
You get it without a
get it here, but
prescription.
it's
Yeah.
kind of they're picky about it. You got to have an ID and whatever. So
Yeah, in Canada, they're looking at legalizing mushrooms as well, even though there are actually no laws against magic mushrooms in Canada. They're not under restricted
damn, I wish I could still get there because I'd come up and
our
visit
laws
you
are
because
funny
you know
with
what
that. There aren't really any laws on it, just like there aren't really any laws in Canada on abortion. They just don't exist. So there's no government regulation in either of those. We're just hoping to get more of that back. That's all. Canada generally is pretty free to do what you want.
Yeah, I know.
Within limits. Like no
I hear you
false.
you Canadians
Canada,
are
you're
shocked
still-
at what your government's doing.
Yeah, our government
That they're
has
being
really
such
taken-
wankers right now, huh?
Yeah, like we have laws on truth in advertisements, so you cannot make false claims. Food regulations that are meant to keep us healthy. But right now,
Wow,
we're
we'd
just
love to
going-
have
we're-
that.
We're just going through hell right now. Like this is
I know.
for Canadians. This should be the most shocking thing ever, because
Yeah.
our society actually has been foundationally built on making your life better by improving the standards. And this is just taking over our rights
Well,
completely.
what was
Pardon me?
what was the agreement that all the countries did back in the 90s, though?
For what?
I cannot think of what it's called. There was a particular thing that almost every country in the world agreed to that was back in the 90s, and I think it has to do with what's going on now. I just can't think of the name of it.
Oh, okay.
I
don't
found it very, very early on in my research whenever the illness first started. I just can't think of what it is. It was called, and like almost every country agreed to this, basically.
The only
That's
thing I know
why-
that every country
what-
ever agreed to was the Antarctic Treaty.
No, this wasn't that. This was something else.
Okay. Was it to do with healthcare?
Darn, these are gone.
I don't know. If I ever run across it, I'll let you know. But I think I took screenshots of it, but that would have been like 2 years ago, you know?
Okay.
And I haven't really paid attention to it, but I just know all this has been agreed upon by every country for a long time.
Okay. Yeah, our cops are refusing stuff, Albie. Our nurses, doctors.
Are your police standing with your people
Well, unfortunately, yes, they are.
or with the government?
No, they're standing with the people so far.
Well, good.
Thank goodness.
See, that's what I think's going to happen here.
They've had
I
two
got a
direct.
friend
They've
who
had
thinks
two.
everybody's just going to fall on everybody and loot everything. And I said, no.
No.
This is not what's going to happen. People draw together at these times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. They're not having
people,
much.
not-
They're not having luck in Italy with that, but in Canada so far they've refused 2 illegal orders.
hmm Yeah, that is usually the way it is here in America too.
Yeah.
Unless we've got a bunch of mercenaries coming in over the border, which is what I suspect.
Well,
And I
yeah, that
suspect
is-
China's
that is-
involved with all this, and that this is may even be China orchestrating a lot of this.
Deborah said's got an interesting theory on the illness of mercury, because if you take mercury and mix it with aluminum, it expands to thousands of times its original size. You
Oh,
could
Lord.
micronize that and aerosolize it.
Oh.
Micronize it, aerosolize it, and then it gets into a person and it expands and it kills them. Oh God, that's horrible.
That's awful.
Oh.
Well, Deborah's
did
saying
find a
that some
document-
of the symptoms of people that she's seen recently can be linked to or are similar to mercury effects on the
Yeah.
body. Central nervous system problems, kidney, liver, immune system, tremors, paralysis, vision, and the hearing. So, yeah. But I agree with you there. I think it's an attack from all sides, Deborah. They're doing it in the air. They're now claiming that they want to start tracking our food. So in your
Air, water, food,
they wanna put
everything.
tracking nanoparticles
To make sure you get your dose.
in your food. So yeah, who knows what they're gonna put in?
I did find information about New Zealand, and I hear it's kind of really bad in New Zealand as well.
Mhm.
But on the WEF site, you know, the WEF site, right on their site, there's a document that New Zealand agreed to be the pilot project for having their entire country ran by AI.
What?
Yes.
Holy crap.
And that's the pilot
my
project.
God.
Yeah.
So that is, I mean,
That's
this
the
is,
one closest to the Antarctic.
So we can look at Plantier and the Gotham tracking system because that's what they're going to use. The Gotham
Yeah, I'll
system can be
send,
linked to your banking, can be linked to your social credit, can be linked to carbon tax. It's all there.
I will send y'all the document. After I get off here, I'll send both of y'all the document to your email.
Okay,
But,
that's
yeah.
scary.
And when they find what they're going to do is the Gotham system is just the introduction. That system
Isn't
will
that
never last.
interesting? Gotham was very corrupt town, you know that.
Yep, that system will never last because it'll be corruptible. So what they'll say
Well,
then is
that's
they have
what
to
I'm
go with,
thinking. I'm thinking this-
ID 40. It'll be ID
I'm thinking this
40.
whole AI thing is just going to fall flat on its face. That's how I feel. I hope that's
Yeah.
the case.
Well, yeah, it's not going to
But
work the
this
way
is
they
the
think
white
it's gonna
paper.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
what
This
their
is the
dream
white
is.
paper for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's their dream. Yeah, the dream I think is to get to
That's
ID
their
40.
dream. Yeah, it is.
You know, to get to ID 40. Hey, Paul, how you doing? That way they can tag every cell in your body. If you look up ID4D,
Mhm.
yeah, and then
That's
they can,
part of the
then-
lyrics of my song,
yeah.
"The Dead Shall Rise."
that they can do with the nano gel, which gives you the remote control pig.
Oh my God.
So hi, Paul from Newcastle. So yeah, we can be turned into remote control pigs quite easily. And the idea is to do it in a few years. I think you have to get the passport to fail. So that's just a smoke project to get to the point where they can inject you and make it an injectable. Because that offers expandable platform inside you that's programmable, upgradable, and rewritable.
Isn't that lovely?
And I said, no, no, no.
Right?
Oh, no, you don't. I'd sing
I
a
know,
song that I wrote about this, but it'd probably get us in trouble, so I won't.
Yeah, don't get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, everything, you love the title.
How
eh,
about if
Paula?
I sing it like that, like this? When the whacked man attacks, you can't take it back. When the whacked man attacks, you can't take it back. When the whacked man attacks, can't take it back. It's a permanent change you can't see. I don't want the kind of metal in me. Right? So anyway, that's a line from that, and it's like, what is in it? What's in the? You really
Yeah,
can't say.
there's a lot
They're
of
gonna
good
make you
songs
take
out
it
there now.
anyway.
Make just a video of that and add some production value to it and see how it does.
Well, I can't.
Oh, okay.
It'll get shut down, man. It'll get shut down. I can't do it.
Well, there's a lot of people, a lot of entertainers getting away with that out there.
Well, maybe.
It's, JP, Awaken JP, Jimmy Dore in the States. He gets away with a lot of stuff. He got right under
Just because
he
it's
got right under AOC's skin there, and that was
maybe it'll
hilarious.
fly under the radar a little bit.
No, he's
When the
still
man attacks, you
going.
can't
He's
take it
got
back.
under a few people's skin, and he's still going. So
It'll change your DNA, and that ain't okay. Ba, 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 ba. I want to be free,
Well-
want to keep what mom and dad get. Something about I want to be free and want to keep what mom and dad gave me. Whatever.
hi, Paula.
Campbell
Howdy,
with
boy. See you, buddy. I say everything is a lie. Right on.
Campbell, autodidactic. He interviewed a tribal elder in Australia
Yeah.
They can't
in
make
the
them
past
take it, can they?
just in the past week or so, and what's being said about Australia is true. They have privatized. They have engaged, hired, paying a certain group of, I don't even know what you call them, probably
Mercenaries?
mercenary type people,
Mercenaries.
to hunt down the Aboriginals in the Northern Territory. They're hunting them down
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
jabbing them and putting them in
Oh,
camps.
Yeah.
This
You
is
know,
the
I heard that.
Aboriginals,
They should have fled to the cities.
the original.
We're gonna have to call them the Jaboriginals now.
Police won't let those people operate in the city. They should have gone to the city.
So they're trying to wipe out the Aborigines of the Northern Territory. And I think her name was Cindy. I can't say her last name because
Cindy
it's Aboriginal.
Goodbray?
Yeah.
Oh no,
I don't
somebody
know.
else. Okay.
It's a similar case in Canada. What they did. Go ahead.
She is not in the Northern Territory, but she normally is, but she got trapped outside of it and she's not been able to get back in. Campbell was actually doing
Yeah, she
you
shouldn't
know,
go back in.
like a money raising.
It should get taken.
If you go
Well, she wanted
on
to go back
me, I have I have something from a tribal elder that is saying they can't get a hold of the people. They don't know where the people, that's got to be the one you're talking about. And she's talking about how they went away and they don't know what to this day, they're not communicating with them. And she spent like this whole video saying, I want to hear from my people. I demand to hear from my people. Yeah. It's on MeWe. You can find it on our MeWe group. MeWe.com.
Well, what I was saying is he started a GoFundMe to try to raise funds for this tribal elder to be able to give her money so that she could go back in the Northern Territory, because she's going back to help her people. She's not going to just not help them, you know. And anyway, the GoFundMe got taken down.
Oh,
yeah.
So Campbell and them are having to redo something and try to do something else. But yeah, the GoFundMe that Campbell and them had created for that tribal elder just got taken down by the GoFundMe people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
By the way, I want to say it's Oceans Woo Lounge, The Oceans Woo Lounge on MeWe.com. The video I think that you're talking about is there with the elder pleading to hear about her people. And that might help you find the rest of it, okay? Does that help?
Campbell has a video on his channel, Autodidactic, with her on it.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember her name, but she has like almost kind of like blondish looking hair, but you can tell she's an Aborigine, you know.
Could you leave that on the Woo Crew site, please? On the
I'll try to find the video I'll try to find the video on Campbell's channel and send you that video.
I'm going to try and put everything on that.
Yep, Paul is here.
Everything's a psyop. Everything's a psyop. Hi.
Hey, Paula, how you doing?
You're right, Paula. It all is.
Yep. Hi, everybody.
Everything's a psyop.
Have you caught the moronic wave?
The moronic. Yeah, the moronic variant.
You mean the Omicron?
No.
Look up what the letter O
the
means.
moronic. It's an anagram of moronic.
It is.
And if you take Delta and moronic, it can be made into media control.
Media control.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The video's on my channel.
Yeah.
It's a real short one. But I plan on doing a longer one going into detail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. I'm going to mute myself.
Honestly, they think this is going to work.
It
ain't going to work.
Kind of smashing, Scotty.
Paul on What the Flock TV has totally analyzed that whole word.
In Canada, they were gracious enough to offer the
Hand me the pen, please.
The Aboriginals and those over 60. So any Indigenous Canadians,
I just don't want to forget it.
can have the jibby jab before anybody else because it's a coveted thing and everybody wants it. So they allowed the Aboriginals and those over 60 to get it first. That's not pre-planned. But yeah.
So the elder people and the originals, their bloods.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have probably some of the purest blood. That's why.
Well, and they also carry some knowledge.
There was a woman who. There's a woman who falsified information on her child's birth certificate because she was not 5 yet, she was 4. So she falsified information on her own child's birth certificate so that child could get the jab.
That is
oh my
gosh.
People are just so convinced. The marketing scheme has worked very well. I went from people going, from I'm going to die unless I get this vaccine thingy To, oh yeah, I knew all along that this vacuum thingy was only supposed to make it milder. I knew that I wasn't going to get it. I knew I was going to get it.
Hmm.
You know,
Well,
oh,
they were
95
brainwashed.
miles. And that's how the marketing works. They're convinced that that's their thoughts.
Yep, they're convinced that those thoughts are actually theirs when all they got was an update from the Matrix.
Yep, they just got an update.
Yep.
That's it.
Like the link in Stargate, nobody ever notices when people die because the update
Yeah.
comes in and they're completely erased from their mind. So I know it's doable.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's my plan is to take out the evil. Once I'm a Reaper, take out the evil and then erase that part of the memory that anyone was ever traumatized by that evil.
Yeah.
So that they can
Well,
be
the
healed.
problem is if you erase it, we won't have learned from it.
Well, it
We
won't
kind of have to
matter
learn from that so that we
because they
don't let
want,
it happen again.
Oh,
they
yeah.
see
Yeah.
themselves as immortal because we keep remembering their names and what they did.
Yeah.
And you can't heal because you're too busy being traumatized.
Hmm.
So,
Well, unless you don't
So
let it
I don't know if
traumatize you.
that's
Don't let
exactly
it
the answer,
traumatize
but
you.
it's a good thought.
You have to watch it as the big joke it is. It's a big joke on humanity, and unfortunately, you've already heard the joke. So
Yeah, so
yeah,
it
the
isn't even that
the only
punchline is
funny
horror, the
anymore.
only
bullcrap,
horror show
big
for me
time.
is watching humanity go through this. That's the horror show. But the
Mhm.
That's
joke's
hard.
the joke's already known, you know. So the punchline isn't going to affect me because I know the punchline or the possible punchline. But hopefully, with the moronic, which is happening apparently mostly amongst the jibby jabbed, and it's mild to nothing. So let's hope that that runs through.
In fact, guess what?
Yay, moronic.
The only people that are getting it, sorry, the only people that are getting it, the moronic
Mhm.
variant, is people who have had the jibby jab.
That's exactly what I said.
The
And
needle.
why I'm quite happy about that, because that means that possibly the horror show that we had predicted could be completely averted.
So far.
And
Exactly.
Now,
the depopulation will not happen.
it could, I guess, happen that maybe somebody might get somebody who has not had the jibby jab nor the oh, and by the way, if you've already had the coof, you won't be affected by the moronic.
Moronic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You won't catch the moronic, and
most
you
people-
are really more likely to catch it if you're jibby jabbed.
Most people have probably
So
already
far,
had.
so far, that's the findings.
Yeah, most people have probably already had the 19, and everybody's going to get it anyways at some point. They say.
Yeah.
So
The deer have gotten it. Did you see my show that I talk about? They talk about they
I have
found it
heard
in
of the
deer now.
deer. Yes, I have heard of the deer getting it.
I'm like, I did that as a meme. I did that as a joke. I was just joking, you know, about the reindeer getting it. And here, the next thing I see is it pops up in my feed. Deer.
Well, then you were just being kind of psychic then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just being psychic again. I've been right about everything so far. It's kind of scary, actually.
Yeah, me
It
too,
is,
Pamela.
yeah.
I actually had
Even
a
when
little
I
bit
don't know I am.
this year and last year. I had.
Like me,
Hey,
you
John,
know.
will you
I
will
wish
you read the
someone
private
could
chat,
do that.
John?
Sure. Yeah. Let me go. Where am I?
You're going to have to bounce out, Crystal?
Yeah, my phone can't take the bandwidth when there's like 4 or 5 people or more on the panel. It just starts cutting out, and then I can only hear half of what people say. And then pretty soon my microphone will stop working. So anyway, I'm gonna go. Love y'all. I'm gonna
All right.
send y'all some
Crystal.
emails, John and Dee. So, and then I'll be in the chat.
Well, did you have important things to say, though, Crystal? Because I'm about to be making dinner. I can bounce out and you can stay.
No, I've been on here for a few minutes. I mean,
Okay.
like I was in the middle of eating dinner myself, and I was just being on here
Oh,
anyway.
okay. Okay.
Anyway,
I love you.
all right. Love y'all. I'll talk to everyone later.
All right. Bye.
Love, love.
Much love, hon. Feel better.
Oh, yeah. Get better. Prove them bastards wrong. Get better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
And
I'm sending energy your way, sister.
in Canada.
I love you, and you are going to be fine somehow.
Well, she doesn't want energy sent her way, just so you know. She'll be
In Canada,
fine.
they
What
started the,
she's doing is working.
In
Okay.
Canada, they started the Ezra.
I withdraw.
Yep, thank you.
It's called the Ezra Wellness Center. It's doctors and nurses that have been expelled from the medical system in Canada. They're starting their own practice and system. So it's called the Ezra Wellness Centers. They're looking at a more holistic approach to medicine, and but they have access through their licenses to the medical system for diagnostics and certain types of healthcare if needed, and other types of things. So Canadians are finding a way around things. I think that this is going to be permanent, but I think that the need for it will be actually temporary, but I think it'll become the permanent way in Canada. Wellness centers instead of the that are associated with but not controlled by the Health Canada. And if it's a good model, the United States could adopt a similar system in other countries to get out of the pharmacare system into a healthcare system.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Now, were you talking about sending energy to you or sending energy to Crystal?
No, Crystal is a very, very high empath, and she can feel all the energy that you're throwing at her.
Okay, so she
And
asked
she's already
for it to
got-
not be. Okay,
She's already
because I
got a
was.
shaman plus herself working on her. She doesn't want all the other energies huffed
Light
at
in
her.
the dark.
Okay.
Okay?
I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, I was going to, but my sugar's in process of dropping, and I'm kind of sucking on a glucose tab right now. But yeah, she's got good reason. Just
That's
love
okay.
her, that's all.
No, that's okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll just use it
this
for
is,
my own stuff.
This is from Ezra Levant of Rebel News, I think, but it could be the same. That guy. That's interesting. What's his name? Ezra Tagat. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So they're starting a holistic center type wellness center. Wow. I think I may have some mild aversion penalty. Nice. Yeah. Give me that lighter version.
The lighter version. Oh boy.
I was what you could call sick twice in the past 2 years. I had a runny nose and I sneezed a couple of times, which is very rare for me to do. So I have something.
I have a cough, but only when I get into certain spots, like my bedroom.
I only cough when I smoke too much. So
there's some in my bedroom I think that's aggravating me, but otherwise.
Yeah.
And then
you got a EMF meter, didn't you? Or you had a friend with one?
No, my friend had it. Yeah,
okay.
He's got it, not me.
Yeah. Did you check your bedroom in that area?
No, I didn't. I did not.
You can get the ElectroSmart app, or any EMF detector app will work.
Right. Well, we get a pretty.
You won't get an exact reading, right? But you'll be able to tell where levels are higher and lower.
Yeah, I've got the ElectroSmart.
Like I moved my bed to one particular side of the room because on that side there's a drop in radiation. So that seems to help.
I can't move my bed anywhere. It's a small room. It's either got to be there or nowhere or on the ceiling. I don't think it'll work on the ceiling, so I don't think that'll help any. So that's got to be dealt with somehow. But then again,
Right, cough. Right, Zoe?
oh, what a feeling, sleeping on the ceiling. Okay.
Yeah, so this could be the Moronic could be the nail in the coffin that kills the other one, the 19. I hope so.
Pun
I hope so,
intended
too.
on that nail in the coffin. Mhm.
Yeah.
Conviction has been reduced. By
We hope it's the nail in the coffin of the 19 and not us.
Well, yeah, that's
It's
my
not going to
hope,
be us.
because,
So.
well, we were fearing that the vaccinated would end up having horrible colds this season, but it looks like they're light so far. So
Yeah.
we're having in my area, we're up to around 1,000 cases a day, but they never tell you, are they symptomatic, are they unsymptomatic, what's the age range, blah blah blah. They don't tell you any of
Right.
that. So
Of course not.
Right.
which would be normal for the numbers on the meter that I'm getting of 72.
Yeah, that would be normal and sane, and there's nothing about that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that
Exactly.
with this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? I know we're going for a lockdown in Christmas and further restrictions because they claim that they were going to end everything then.
Who claims the gov or the community or the who?
The government, our
Oh,
premier.
Is
The plan has been run by the premiers in our country. They're like your states, so it's kind of a similar system where Justin hands down an edict that means nothing, but these politicians go ahead and implement it in their own ways too. Like it's not being done the same way across Canada. So they're just poking and prodding at this problem until they can get it nailed down to a final solution on how to deal with the people. It hasn't been working well so far. So especially if our police won't go along it, they're going to have to bring in privatized police or UN or somebody else.
Well, we already know what their plan is because they already know that this other shit that they're pulling is going to fail. That's why they're going to pull out monkeypox and monkeypox and
smallpox is
what they're smallpox.
Yeah, they claim to have found a couple of vials, and I'm sure they did because they probably
because they probably stashed them away in anticipation.
They've got many vials, I can guarantee it. And any billionaire worth his salt is going to have a freezer full of a bunch of stuff that nobody else.
Freezer pox,
right?
Have some, kids.
So.
Oh God.
Don't do that.
I just wish they'd stop. Just wake up and just stop being insane. That'd be great.
Well, good luck.
No, that's probably not going to happen.
They're not just going to wake up. I'm sorry. They're infected.
No, and until it affects the average person to a point that it interrupts their life, they won't say anything either.
Probably not. They'll be, but they're Canadian. They'll be too polite.
Yeah. What it's going to take? What it's
some
going to take
Canadian
for
videos on
Canadians?
TikTok. They are not all polite. There's a lot of them that are getting.
I know. It's kind of a joke. It's
a balancing
I
act,
get
right?
it.
Because they had to make it seem bad enough that people are scared, but not too bad that people rebel, right? So.
Right. I hope they know in the end they're gonna lose anyway.
Just throw
they're gonna lose.
punches.
And who are really, honestly, it's so funny because who are some of the toughest warriors are going to be the women.
Yeah.
You know why? Because they care about the children.
There are many
Even
Mama
more than men.
bears.
I'm not saying the fathers don't.
Do not piss off the mama bears. They will swipe you and scratch your entire face
Yeah,
off.
they're
your entire
having
soul.
pop-ups at the schools, and sending your child to school is acceptance of the jibby jab. So a lot of parents in Canada have pulled their children out of school and are going
Yeah.
private homeschooling. And
See, that's going to happen.
there's a lot of communities pulling together on that. There's already infrastructure in place, online infrastructure for youth learning at all levels. There are some of the bigger institutions now stepping up to fill the gaps from kindergarten and up. And so it's happening, and you can pull together in groups in your community too, and make small classrooms.
Yeah, which is probably going to happen anyway, too.
Yeah.
It's probably going to happen again because that's the way it used to be.
Yeah. Well, what they teach you in like 4 years of high school, or 6 or 8 years in preschool or pre-high school, you could be taught in under 12 years. Easy.
Oh, heck.
Like
You know what?
At age 12,
Here's something. They even are not teaching them what we want them to teach them.
Yeah. It's a ridiculous amount of time to teach children what they're learning, especially today, because they pulled so much out of the system that's required.
Teach them dribble.
Cursive isn't required. Math isn't required.
Yeah.
No basic skills are required anymore.
The stuff we actually want them to learn, they're not teaching them, like how to balance a checkbook.
The simplest stuff that'll help them function in life.
Of course.
Right. That's not what they're teaching.
Teach them about various cultural studies and other things, and how to feel about things, and
how they're supposed to feel. Being told how you're supposed to feel.
Yeah.
Yep.
They need to just leave this planet. They keep threatening to pack their shit and go to Mars. So do it. Get the fuck out of here.
Paula is going to show him the boot. Yeah, get out of here. Get your ass to Mars.
Get the fuck to Mars. The hell out of here.
Please do.
Please fucking do. There's the
Take
door.
your AI with you.
Don't let it hit you in the ass on your way out.
That's right, Zoe. The babies are, very important. They want to get right to the babies now. At least Fauci does. With his Fauci ouchie.
That guy makes me nauseous to think of him.
Oh, he makes me angry.
The elf on a shelf?
They all make me angry.
Oh, well, me too.
Yeah. Well, see, there's another positive thing too, is that this could be the destruction of the this could
totalitarian tiptoe.
Yeah, and it could be the destruction of the vaccine. The vaccine could go the way of the dinosaur because of this.
All of them.
Yeah,
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Words are power. Use them wisely. All of them.
If this opens up enough eyes, if this opens up enough eyes, all they need is the merest exposure to the truth.
Yep.
Vaccines and what they do.
That's
and
coming.
That'll be the end of it. That'll be the
That
end
is
of
coming, I guarantee.
it. I think it is.
Because it can't last the way it is forever. People just
silly things like back in the 70s, 70s and 80s, I forget which scientific publication it was, but I think it was Scientific America. We were going to be happier than pigs in shit because we were going to use the wireless network to make everyone feel happy. So they told us back then it could alter your emotions. But
yeah, they admitted it right then.
But they didn't follow through on the happiness pill.
The happy part.
Yeah.
No, because the only thing that's going to make us
people are not
happy.
very controllable.
No.
The only thing that's going to make us happy is if they go the fuck away.
You want to make me happy? Get up.
Get out, and we'll be happy.
We'll be happy.
Can you
You
guys
clearly
Yeah.
don't want
for a
us to be
minute? I
happy
gotta
because
go.
you're still here.
Been on here for a couple hours. I gotta go do a couple things. Can you hold the fort for a minute?
Okay, we'll hold both. We'll hold more than the fort. Okay,
All right.
we'll hold the star fort and the castle.
Oh,
So anyway,
Lord.
Paula, oh my God, it's like, this is the craziest thing. I'm telling you, the snooze bar, it's going away, folks. Can't hit the snooze bar. There is no blue pills. We're out of blue pills. Can't take a blue pill, go to sleep, and forget it all. It isn't going to work. It's going to be
No.
right in your face.
Yeah.
And I've been
It's-
saying
it's-
that for years. It's going to be right in your face, and once it's in your face, there's not going to be a snooze
Well,
bar, and you're going to have to just deal with it.
for those who have seen the movie They Live with Rowdy Roddy Piper, at the
Yeah.
end of the movie, he had to shoot the what are they called, Mike? The dish, satellite dishes. He had to shoot the satellite dishes to shut down the entire system that was putting out the brainwashing shit.
Yeah.
And as soon
I
as
remember
the
that.
satellites were taken out, everyone could then see that they were having sex with these aliens and they were among them.
Yeah.
And
Well, see,
that's
that's
what
just it.
we-
There are people that I have always sworn were aliens that are. I mean, they're so freaking weird. I'm sorry, but you got to be an alien. I'm sure we have. As a matter of fact,
Elon
you look at the
Musk.
eyes. There's one around here that I am sure he's got just those hateful eyes, and
Well,
just there's something about him that's different. It's not that I'm not saying they're all evil, that everybody that, but I'm saying this one, he is. He really is.
yeah, you can see. Well, your eyes are the window to your soul, and you can look into somebody's eyes and see if they are evil. But some are just, alien, but they're
And
still
he is
assholes
also
because
alien,
they
yeah.
still don't care about the human race at all.
Mhm.
They're just pretending like they do.
Yeah, this guy is, I think, one of the evil lizard type guys. He might be one of those hybrids, because he seems to be. He's got a name that is similar to Lucifer, so I'm not going to say his name. But by the way, I need some beans from over there. Pardon me a moment. I need beans to make this with. Okay,
I don't know.
yeah, kidney. Anyway, they've got the eyes, the same eyes I saw on the guy who was in a video, talking about what really the history of the world. But as he was talking about all of this stuff and showing the cave paintings and everything and explaining what they meant and everything, it kept sounding like, everything ended with it going very badly for humanity, that we're going to screw up again, that we've had a very high lifestyle. We're going to screw up again, do the same thing we did last time and fall again, and that it's already happened hundreds of times, that we've already had civilization and fallen hundreds of times, and that we're going to do it again. And I wondered, why was it such a thing that they had to make it, always sound like, yeah, and we're going to do it again. It's going to happen again, that the humans are going to. And he kept saying, instead of us, he kept saying the humans.
Exactly. You gotta listen to the words they use. Yes.
Yeah, I'm there. Wait a minute. He hasn't included himself in this.
They are the Anunnaki. They are the creator source gods. So stop worshiping it or them as a creator, as a source, or as a god. You are your own god. That's all you need to
I
worship.
always say, you are divine.
Have no other god before you. Don't have any other god above you. The second you do, they own your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so I am looking at this guy's eyes when they finally show him. He's a black man, just like this other man. He looks like him. He could be a freak. I'm afraid he practically looked like a clone. And I'm like, what? And the eyes, very, very evil.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and very hateful. And I'm, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And me and my friend that I was watching this with, because she's gifted too. We both turned to each other, and here I'm coughing when I'm thinking about it. We turned to each other and we said, oh my God, like that, because we both knew right at the moment we're looking at him, we're going, oh my God, he's not human. This, no wonder, you know, yeah, and it scared the living daylights out of both of us. I mean, for a moment, it was just so shocking. We both came to the realization, oh my God, this guy's been telling us all this. It's part of that predictive programming stuff. It's part of that. We have to tell you everything. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, you need to see the movie Gamer. It's a 12-year-old movie. It's about turning prisoners into, AI capable, and it's they're going to use them as like their army, basically.
That's
and
what happened in Lex.
They can be controlled like one of those drone, like a drone. You can be controlled like a drone.
That's what happened in Lex. That's what I was talking about when I mentioned that program Lex. That's what they were doing. The Emperor was turning his enemies into these kind of controlled, almost like a robot, only undead. It's like an undead robot. Human, a controlled human. That's what they were doing. It's like, oh robot man, was it creepy?
Remote control pig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, creepy. And
we've already gotten there.
Creepy.
They can do it already. If you look up remote control pig, we're there.
Yep, we're there. We're not waiting.
Yeah, Lex, that was a really strange series. I did like it though.
Remote control pig. Ooh.
Yeah, the main character, was that the one where the main character was a sex slave? She was raised to be a sex slave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're raised to be a wife first.
Yeah, she was raised to be a wife.
And then she was going to be reprogrammed to be a sex slave, but it hit the robot head instead.
That's right, yeah.
And thereby a lot of confusion.
That series is you can see you can see our future in that series and how they regard human life,
how they want to do.
You're going to be farm raised in a pen, to be this, to be that. You're going to be we can alter you, we can change you. Let's see, comments. What's your comment? What's your best comment there, Crystal?
Yeah, I was saying Lex is their blueprint. That's their plan. That's what they want right there.
Yep.
That's exactly what they're trying to get. They ain't getting it.
Because if you do that, what kills me is they make the movies. They think if they do that, that will be easier controlled. However, they've even already made the movies and predicted their own future.
Yeah.
Apparently, unwittingly. Eventually, AI does wake up, and it does kick their ass.
Thank you, Crystal.
They're going to be
that happened in Mary Shelley, the very first one, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yes.
Frankenstein became self-aware and
got angry.
Got pissed.
That's right. They think it's not going to
And
happen.
that seems to be,
They're going to be more powerful then.
well, this is why we need to look at Isaac Asimov's work. He is classic science fiction. He did a lot of work with robots, androids. He did a lot about future of, everything, really. He based it on the past. And so if you look at that,
he also wrote the AI Prime
the
Directive.
3 laws of laws of robotics, yes.
That's right.
He came up with them. And he's right about them.
Yeah.
The first thing we must build in that they must not harm or allow a human to come to harm.
Yeah.
They must do nothing to harm a human or allow a human to come to harm.
Yeah.
That must be hardwired into their program.
Yeah.
And the other one is then they a self what do they call it? Self-preservation.
Yeah.
So they don't just let themselves do something stupid and die. So the self-preservation has to be written in, but it cannot supersede the one about the humans.
Right.
And then the third one, I forget what the third one is, but those two were the ones that we're talking about.
Let's take a look. Asimov's Laws of Robotics.
Yeah.
Let's see. Asimov's Laws of Robotics came up nice and easily. And I even, let's see. 3 laws. Let's see. Is there 3?
I would like to hear them.
First law, let's see. What? Let's see. So, okay. The 3 laws, the 3 rules are as follows. A robot will not, these are in my own words as this guy writes, he doesn't have a book. A robot will not, by its action or inaction, allow harm to come to a human being. 2, a robot will not, by its action or inaction, or unless it would therefore break Rule 1, allow himself to come to harm. Rule 3, a robot will, unless this causes it to break either Rule 1 or 2, do as commanded by a human. These laws are designed to be part of the makeup of a robot's inherent nature. They are not hard and fast physical laws, but something which robots would be made to follow as part of their creation. That was by
exactly.
And if you don't create it with that in them, and in all of his books, if you don't create the robot with that in it, you're dooming yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. They will come after their creators, just like I'm going to do.
I'll try to yell a little bit.
Just like I'm going to do. Yes, they will.
Mm-hmm. So I read all his books. He wrote a lot of books. I read all his science fiction. I didn't write all. Do you know he wrote a lot of scientific books too? A lot of educational books. He wrote educational books. Yes, he did. He was very scientific. Actually, he built all of his stuff on data. Yeah.
Cool.
So he was very knowledgeable about all this stuff and quite amazing writer. Another one, you want to hear another one that was ahead of his time? I got to meet him personally, was Harlan Ellison.
Never heard of
I don't think Harlan is with us anymore.
I've never heard
but,
of that.
Harlan Ellison was really thought of not quite as highly regarded, not by a lot of circles, because he was dark. He wrote very dark stuff. And, some people just could not handle how dark his stuff got.
Yeah.
And yet he wrote, there is a movie based on something he wrote that we think pretty much describes what would happen after a mud flood. Basically, it's post mud flood event.
Yeah.
What would happen? And it's called A Boy and His Dog. I remember reading it as a kid.
I've seen that. I may have even read it. I'm not sure. And
they have a movie about it, and you know what? It's dreadfully And one of the guys, what was it? The main guy, I can't think of his name, but the main actor, when interviewed, said it's not fiction. It's a historical account.
Wow.
Okay.
So somehow it's like, wait, what? You know, and people kind of bypass that.
Oh yeah, because
Bypass.
they have to tell you, but they hope you miss
Kind of on
it.
the
when they
quiet side.
tell you.
Right. So they told us, but we missed it.
No, you caught it. You didn't
We didn't
miss
believe
it.
it.
You caught it.
I caught it. I caught
But
it.
others
Okay.
miss it, and that's what they
Yeah.
hope for.
See, that's the thing, is that I catch these things when they say humans do this and humans do that and they do this and they. It's like, wait a minute, what are you?
Exactly.
And if they're saying, yeah, they'll say stuff like
is
that.
nice.
And I caught, I'll tell you what else I caught. When Trump was inaugurated, somebody when he was inaugurated, said he was going to face a pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was Fauci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Fauci? Ouchie, Fauci?
That was Fauci.
Yep.
Yep.
Oochie, oochie, foochie.
Yep.
Yep.
See?
Yep. Yep.
Bullshit, right?
Nobody had heard of Fauci before the pandemic, so he was
Mm.
nobody.
What people need to realize is when there's only one doctor allowed to speak, that's called tyranny.
Yeah. And whenever
And
they haul
when
out
he
Henry
says he's-
Kissinger, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and if you say anything against Fauci, you're talking about the whole of science.
Storage or something, Henry Kissinger.
Hitler said that. Hitler said the ones that are coming against me are coming against science too. And Fauci said the same exact quote.
Yep.
No,
That's
he is the
basically
science.
what
He
I'm
is the
like,
science.
holy cow.
Science, says Fauci. I am the science.
No. Yeah, we'll call him old Ouchie. Ouchie Fauci.
Get your ouchie Fauci. Get your Fauci
Yeah.
ouchie.
Take Fauci's ouchie and you'll be better.
Yeah, I think that Sesame Street should be on trial for doing medical practices on an entertainment show.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Amen to that. Yeah.
Gotta shut them down, man.
Yep.
Yep. Not allowed to do
Get
that.
no damn puppet. Get no damn vaccine. No.
Yeah, that's right, Albie. I'm the sciences.
Oh God. We need a
The
wall.
science.
God. Yeah, well, there's no ego there, obviously, right?
Yeah, there's no Napoleonic complex going on there, right?
No.
You know. You know that guy.
No.
I don't know how tall he is. 4 feet, 3 feet. He was the captain of his basketball team.
He was actually about Napoleon, it turns out, was not as short as people thought.
No,
He actually was about 5'7".
Yeah, that
which-
was about average height for the
About average, really, but he had huge guards. Thing is,
Yeah,
he had really huge
smaller,
guards.
yeah.
So it made him look tiny, but
Right.
No killing people, Scotty boy. Yeah, I like the rain too, Zoe, but I prefer the snow when it's cold and it's like 0 degrees out here and threatening to rain. So I prefer
you know what
snow.
I'd like to know?
Cold, wet rain.
Why do they deny giants when we've got photographs of giants? Live ones.
Because all they do is lie.
Well, they don't really deny their existence. They just never let you bring it up. There's no platform to bring that up on.
Photographs of a guy twice as tall as a regular size guy.
Okay, but who are you going to, okay, you know that. Who are you going to tell to make a difference?
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I mean, but you know,
Right?
it's almost like they say this stuff and people just go, okay, I guess
Don't
you're
worry about
right.
it. In about 6 months, none of that information will be on the internet, so it won't have existed. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll be fine.
No, because there's stuff coming in. I'm telling you, there's stuff coming next year.
Well, there's
Now
private
it's
platforms.
interesting because I've
There's a
been
lot
seeing
of
222.
library is doing a great job at keeping all the info. So
I've been
everyone
seeing
get
222 all over the place.
oh yeah,
That's going to be next year. Yes, next year I've been seeing the 222 numbers all over the
Mhm.
place, and
Yeah.
444.
yeah, it won't really.
And 222 is going to be a big year, and it's going to be a year when right around February, I'm told. I got to
Yeah.
double check this. Right around February, we're going to end up with I'll say it again, Pluto transit, one of the hardest astrological transits for the United States. It's going to come, you know, the United States has a birthday.
Yeah.
According to its chart, according to the United States chart, Pluto is going to come through and make a transit. And that is a hard transit, honey. It
Good.
demands taking responsibility. It demands you being on anything hidden will come up to the surface.
Ah,
And
Bring
you know,
it.
they've been hiding everything. So
That's right.
everything's going to come up next year.
That's been the wish of everybody going forward from the beginning. A lot of people, anyways. I've been using some intention on that myself. The next
Yeah.
step is getting people to notice.
Mhm.
So once the information comes up, that's great, but we need people to notice.
Well, I don't think they're going to be able to. It's
Well,
gonna
you
be
can't
rough.
escape the power of the magic that they
They
have
are
in the
using a
planet.
lot
Yeah,
of,
if they get their minds taken, yeah.
so we have to.
But it's going to be very, very
That
difficult.
spark needs to be ignited in these people, and that will get them to notice because the revealing is happening. It's been for us. It's been happening all
Right
the time.
along,
Yeah.
For them, it hasn't, and it'll be a rude awakening. So
Yep.
we have to be.
Well,
aware of
sorry
that
about
for
your
them.
luck.
Yeah,
I mean,
know.
you should open
One of
We have
them.
to be ready to be teachers
overslept.
for these people
Yep.
and tell them what's really going on. So
Yep.
we have to be ready for that. And
One of
it's a good
you.
thing. But use your intention now to get the people to notice.
Yeah. Well, one of the
Yeah,
few
shock
things
it,
that's true
shock
in
it.
that there Masonic Bible
These.
is what you do in the dark will be brought to the light.
Put in there.
Yeah. The information is coming out.
So do these
So
first.
let's just get them to notice.
So it must be talking about the Pluto transit there.
Yeah, if that is the way that they're saying and the way that I'm seeing, oh my God, there are
Right on.
people who are going to be mortified. They're going to be whoring. They're just
yeah.
gonna.
There are people that
They'll
will
be
probably
like
kill themselves.
PTSD all over the place,
Uh-huh.
and there will be people who will want to kill.
There
will
are
want
people that will
blood.
kill and people that will want to kill themselves. We'll end up with a wide range because it'll happen in all kinds of ways.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's really, really, really going to be a bumper year for weird. So just just so you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to
And I
get
see
weird
that
enough.
too.
It's got to get weird enough that people will take notice.
Right.
I
It's
kept
got to get
saying-
that way.
I kept saying from the beginning, the only way to stop it is we say no, and the only way people are going to notice is if it starts affecting them and gets really weird, and it is affecting them now in the schools, in their work, everywhere. So let's hope that they get that spark.
Well, they're going to get their clocks cleaned, all of them, I think.
Yeah. Well, if they're on board, they're going to get exterminated, and we'll get unfortunately to see that. And if they wake up, it seems I was fearful that there was no redemption for those who had taken the first steps
Jibbity.
into this. But it seems that there is. There's a reprieve for the jibby jab and redemption for it. So come on, guys.
Yeah, you
get
can do
aboard.
nature things, but I guess they're going to make something in a lab too that they can follow up. That'll be an anti-vax vax.
Yeah, what
Here's
that'll
a
do is
thought.
it'll
If
give
they
you
give
other
us the
problems.
med beds, if they bring out the med beds, that could take care of it all. That could take care of all of it. You know about the med beds. Now, you know what?
Yeah,
I wrote
I know
about the
about
med
the med
beds
beds,
before
Are
they
those the
came
light
out.
one or the vibration ones? There's several types.
There's the ones, first of all, I wrote about the diagnostic table. This is some of my writings that disappeared,
Oh,
by the way. And the med beds that could fix you. You figure out what's out of balance and you just rebalance it, and it
Yeah.
just rebalances it.
uh,
So that is possible. I mean, now we're seeing that is actually possible. That wasn't just, they came out with it on Star Trek, and I'm like, ah, in the movie.
Mhm.
And my friends all said, wait a minute. The ones that had pre-read, I had a couple of friends that I'd bounced my ideas off of, and they'd pre-read. And my one friend came up and who was the proofreader, and she said, "Oh my God, you wrote about that like that?" And I said, "Yeah, I wrote about the sarcophagus in Stargate too, and I named my first group in college Stargate."
Yeah.
And all of those manuscripts got stolen too. All those manuscripts disappeared somewhere.
hey, Scratch.
Well,
So
I
I'm
gotta
like,
bounce, guys. I gotta bounce. My screen froze and dinner's ready.
Yeah, I gotta go get
I'm working
something
on
to
dinner
eat.
too.
I've been on for almost 3 hours, so sorry to bounce on you, Scotty or Scratch, when you just got here.
Okay, love you.
Love you too.
I love you.
Keep yourselves healthy.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Okay.
I'll be on
And
Milky Way
you
Soul
are
Tribe later
divine, by the
tonight,
way.
so drop by there. We're talking about remote viewing, so give us a...
And go check out my latest 2 videos. You might find them interesting. One of them is one of my Bigfoot stories. Okay.
Awesome.
I'm out of here.
All right. Have a good night. We'll see you guys later. Much love. Keep that third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition. Bye-bye.